Hello everyone and welcome to the featured digital library of the week, or the Central Florida Memory Project. My name is Elizabeth Celeste. I'll be reporting on this project. The URL is cfmemory.org and the mission is to preserve yesterday, today, for tomorrow. CFM is stated to provide a virtual place where visitors can discover what Central Florida was like before theme parks and the space program. The user communities for Central Florida Memory are very wide. They're available to all users, although the site is catered toward all those in education, from grade students to college students to educators of all levels and researchers. Stakeholders include the Central Florida Memory Partners. Central Florida Memory began as a collaboration between the University of Central Florida Library, the Orange County Regional History Center, the Orange County Library System, all of these in 2002. The college received funding from grants 2 years later following the creation of the library and brought in the additional funding and partners of all of these different partners over here and down here. The operator of the DL is UCF. They provide the hosting space and the primary technological support for the Central Florida Memory Digital Library. The project is funded by grants, which are secured through the collaboration of all stakeholders, and the project is updated with fully digitized materials from the collaborations of these same stakeholders, with UCF as the project lead. Central Florida Memory is under construction currently. And the digital library can incorporate with other digital libraries through the Central Florida Memory homepage. We go here and find UCF affiliated digital collections. So we'll click out of that. The content of the digital library contains over 80,000 fully digitized images of historic materials of Central Florida region. This collection includes diaries and letters and first-hand accounts and maps and photographs and postcards. They all showcase what life was like for those living in the state's early years. According to grant proposal narratives from 2008, there was a plan for the scanning of 30,000 images to the collection of nearly 60,000 that they already have. As it stands now, you can see there's over 80,000 images in the collection, and the project is continuing to add more photos. I could not find any updated grant proposals. There is no formal collection development policy, but there is a formal guideline for digitization, and they do follow a protocol of processing materials, digitizing, maintaining quality control, and uploading to the server. People who can add these images to the collection are people who have access to this digitization request form. This request form gets filled out, and then UCF will take that information and they will digitize the information and put it in the digital library. It is at UCF that the actual scanning and digitizing occurs. The library is organized in a very specific way. It has 4 different collection types. We have these categories of images, we have newspapers and weeklies, and we have text materials and vital records. Each item is associated with metadata elements that include things like, let's click on 1890 map. This is a map of Orlando from 1890. We have the description, date, subjects, coverage, number of images, side of image, etc., etc. It is here that we can find the repository where that image is from, where it is physically. So in this case, the repository is the Orange County Regional History Center. So that is where you can find that information, and that's physical map. This collection is available free to anyone with web access, and it has a pretty easy search service. So we're going to go back to the home page and we're going to go to the left. Here's the search service. So we're going to try and search for a Rollins newspaper. So we'll type that in, see what comes up. So right away we see a whole bunch of different newspapers we can click on. It will get us to a specific newspaper from a specific time. Here's all of our Dublin Core elements. We can also search in an advanced search. So we go here, we can see we can type in a search. We also have some date ranges we could choose from, and we can limit our search to this repository or all repositories or just stars. We can also browse through the selections. If I go back and go down here, we have images of Central Florida, newspapers and weeklies, text materials, and vital records. If we click on one of them, we can find some sub-collections and records from certain repositories and find all of those collections and specific resources for them with all of that Dublin Core nice information. There are reference services offered for this site, and that is going to be mostly found on the Central Florida Memory Partners website site and the main page where we can email stars, and they will give you more information about the digital library. I actually emailed them and they gave me quite a bit of information having to do with the digital collection and how they are able to manage collection development. Technology for this digital library, it seems that all files and servers reside with UCF as they provide the hosting space and primary technological support, as well as all of the hardware components, and the interface techniques that are used are pretty intuitive. Advanced searches are intuitive, so those comfortable using large university websites like FSU can use them, and CFM also uses JavaScript. Other than that, there are only a few other specific research and development problems this DL addresses. They provide free access to resources that many researchers and educators may need when planning a lesson or writing an article. And publications related to this digital library include this site right here. We have the UCF Digital Libraries collections. So all of these digital collections and some more information about STARS. STARS, again, is the institutional repository where this digital collection resides, and the Digital Commons Network. This is where the institutional library and repository for UCF resides. So that's all of the information. Please let me know if you have any questions about the Central Florida Memory Project, and thank you for listening. Have a great day.